Well, back again with another exciting video. Good morning. Well, before I get into this video, I had a subscriber that wanted me to do wristwatch checks when I'm actually on camera. And I told him that I actually do, because he's a watch collector. Well, as far as the watch I'm wearing today, it's a Rolex Submariner reference 116610 LN. That's what I'm wearing today. So there goes my wristwatch check. But what I want to say today is that when you're doing love magic, you gotta be gentle. You can't be hostile. You can't be argumentative. See, the thing is, I always say this, anger impedes the process of reasoning. Why are you guys arguing if you're doing love magic? You know, see, the thing about it is, I understand that when you're doing this type of work, it has to come over the person. It has to hit the person. But the contact will not be made if the person's constantly in a struggle, constantly in a fight. You know, this is like the most crucial point of spell work. Whether it's in Tranquil, whether it's Honey George you're doing, whether it's candles, you know, you got to keep the person's mind docile. Don't give it a reason, don't give the person's mind a reason to reject what you're saying. See, this is just talking on a level of just being clean love magic. If you want the love magic to work, you have to be peaceful. Avoid arguments, because arguments only slow down the progress of what you want. You want to go out on a date. How are you going to go out on a date if basically you're constantly making the person mad? So I say to you, you have to find ways to avoid confrontation. You know, you don't want to be in this confrontation mode, because the confrontation is not going to help you. You know, like, if you do love magic, you can't just say to yourself, oh my God, you know, you don't got to do things, you don't got to work on yourself. You got to work on yourself. You know, like, you got to, listen, when you have this stuff going, you have to exercise discipline and self-control over your mouth. Because when you say certain abusive things, harsh things with your mouth, it turns the person off. See, this is not a jump off that you're trying to throw away. See, I can understand a jump off. You can say, bitch, get the fuck out, you ain't shit whatsoever. You can talk to a jump off like that. But with someone you love, you have to be very, you know, if you're trying to get them back in your life, you have to be very gentle. You know, if anything, you know, you have to be easygoing. You can attract more bees with honey. And this is not to say that you have to be a bitch. You have to understand, when you're doing love magic, it should be not out of how can I say, infatuation. It should be out of love. Because when you want to get with somebody, you can listen. You have to diagnose also why are you doing what you're doing? Do you love this person, or are you infatuated with this person? Because if it's love, you have to really put in effort in order to make things happen. Again, you can't get you can't be dealing with a jump off and thinking that you know, love magic should be saved for serious occasions. You know, when you're doing this thing, you got to basically make sure that it's basically for the right reasons. You know, or else, you know, you're not gonna feel compelled to basically give it 100%. When you're doing this thing, you got to avoid arguments. I know it's hard. I know, you know, the person may say certain things that make you want to listen. Sometimes it's best to say, I accept it. If that person is worth it. It can't be some bum-ass bitch that don't got shit going on, that threw her fucking life away, that you're ready to, you know, humble yourself for. No. You know, you listen, if the woman is worth it, she's solid, she does what she needs to do, and it doesn't give you a headache, and that's the person that you have to bring yourself down to. You say, you know, to be humble, like, baby, I was wrong, I'm sorry. I accept I take responsibility for that. I was wrong. When women see you humble like that, they're gonna. When a woman feels that you're humble like that, she's gonna be open to listening to you. And if you got love magic working, that shit's gonna have an ultimate effect. You see, the thing is, one thing I learned with women is that when you humble yourself, you see, and I say this again, you have to humble yourself for the right woman. You can't get a jump off whose pussy looks like a fucking, meatloaf bologna sandwich, you know what I'm saying? Like, all bent out of shape. You can't get a bitch like that and think that you're gonna humble yourself for. How many niggas done ran through the hole? See, the thing is, you have to reserve yourself for a holy woman, a virtuous woman. This is who you bring yourself down for, So, I say this to you people, like, listen, the person you get, you have to value that person. That person has to be of value. And when I say these things, I don't want people to take it as, oh, you're saying I gotta be a bitch. Or no. Understand, when you're doing this, you're doing it for someone that you love. That person that gave you the reason. You fucked up. You should be doing love magic because you fucked up. You should not be doing love magic, I don't know, whatever. No. If you're doing love magic, it should be because you fucked up. Now, if you want to talk about a tranquil and you want to make somebody suffer and pay, that's another story. But if you're doing genuine, clean love magic, and it's for a genuine situation, you got to be able to pump your brakes